Are you ready? Jamie Dimon wants to ban crypto. Bitcoin price is set to go to 50K. Rate cuts are looking fairly certain now. Those who bet against Bitcoin in shorts getting absolutely decimated. We're going to dive into, can Bitcoin really hit $1 million? And the Coinbase wallet that's circulating, that sending feature may not be that great. 91% of Bitcoiners are in profit. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about to get hectic.
Deeply opposed to crypto.
Just what we're playing here is Jamie Dimon talking to Senator Elizabeth Warren. I'm sure you know my thoughts on this lady already, but we'll just play the video and see what Dimon has to say.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case. Because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have built up over many years, know your customers, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
You can't stop Bitcoin. Absolutely impossible. The funniest thing about that, ladies and gentlemen, is he's one of the largest, JP Morgan, the bank, is one of the largest holders of some of the greatest shitcoins out there. And he's talking this nonsense. But Jamie Dimon does not understand what Bitcoin is. China tried to ban Bitcoin. Hasn't happened. It's not going to happen. It's all propaganda. They are trying to infect your minds. Before we dive into it, here's where we're at. Block height 820,051. Oh, look at that. We are above $44,000 again. Have you been stacking the truck up? It's the train is about to go off the rails. It is leaving the station pretty quickly. We're going to dive into the price. As I said, 50K is being priced in already. 44 to 48K is not a large step away. Sats per USD, 2,268. Time of the halving, it's estimated April 23, 2024. And look at that. We're under 20,000 blocks until the next halving. Not long at all, ladies and gentlemen. It is starting to get very exciting. We'll jump into some of the price targets. Can it really get to 1 million? In regards to JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon would shut down crypto if he would. He's been hit with a $200 million fine for letting employees use WhatsApp to evade regulators' reach. JP Morgan grossly negligent over $850 million in Nigerian bank transfers, the UK court told. JP Morgan Chase & Co agrees to pay $920 million in connection with schemes to defraud precious metals in US treasuries. Talk about market manipulation. It's JP Morgan, the bank that's manipulating the markets. Bitcoin is that freedom. This is why they're putting that propaganda out there to try and infect your mind, to get you to depart with freedom, with the world's hardest, largest, most scarce asset in the world. We've got so much to get into. So this is pretty interesting, hey? Over the last couple of years, the crypto markets have seen, one, the collapse of FTX, which was the largest fraud in recent history, the collapse of regional banking systems, $200 trillion in a bear market, its largest in history, 2 trillion drawdown, the market cap was over 3 trillion and it came down to under $1 trillion, over 500 lawsuits and regulation case, multiple crypto lenders, bankruptcy, Binance fined a record $4.3 billion by the US regulators. It happened a couple of weeks back. Increased calls for regulation around the globe. Yet Bitcoin is up 160% this year and just hit $43,000. It's now at 44, as we just saw. This market is incredibly resistant. Wait until the big boys come in, until Wall Street comes in. We've been talking about $10,000 candles, $20,000 daily candles. Now people are talking about $100,000 candles. Obviously, it's Mad Max. They got to love him for it, but constantly bullish. But he's been right over the long term. Short term, we'll dive into that price. Gold production increased massively post the ETF approval in the 2000s. While it went on to quadruple in price, the Bitcoin production will get cut in half shortly after its ETF is approved. Do the math. Gold went up for 8 straight years. That gives Bitcoin 2 halving cycles. Absolutely insane. G'day to everyone in the chat. I will jump in there if you can smash the like button, and we will have a bit of a Q&A shortly. Just in, option traders are loading up on bets that Bitcoin will surge to $50,000 by January, and this was put out by Bloomberg there. $50,000 in play from 44 to 48 is not that far away. People like round numbers from 48 if we hold above that. 50,000 is in play. We'll dive a little bit more into this, but pretty interesting. They do not say X or Twitter in here. Maybe it's just a link that you can use absolutely everywhere. It's interesting though, and Coinbase, I don't like them. Because they're a shitcoin casino. Anyway, Coinbase launches wallet feature to transfer money across all major messaging social media platforms such as WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram. We'll dive into a little bit more today and find out if you can use it absolutely everywhere. I know you can use an email as well. With Coinbase Wallet, send money is now as easy as sending a text. Coinbase Wallet is introducing new ways to make sending money easier, cheaper, and faster. Users can now send money on any platform. They can share a link, including messages, apps like WhatsApp, iMessage, Telegram, via popular social media apps, email, and more. So basically, it sounds like you can use it absolutely anywhere. The reason why it's not as good as what it sounds out to be is because people are going to dive in, they're going to use that functionality, then they buy all the shit coins and they get absolutely wrecked, and people like JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon dumps on top of them with their large bag holdings. Investors get wrecked. You're better just to hold Bitcoin in self-storage. Get to your 1 Bitcoin if you can. Most people around the world are already priced out. If you can get to half a Bitcoin, 0.01 Bitcoin, whatever it is, that's a little bit harder. Obviously not financial advice, but when you study Bitcoin, when you read the books, today's sponsor, Bitcoin Evangelism, such a great book. I'll keep bringing it up for the next year until everyone reads it. Please read the books, and there's so many great Bitcoin books. Once you study Bitcoin, you understand there is no second best. Maybe it takes people a little while. The sooner you get there, the better you'll be, because Bitcoin is going up and to the right. Now, plan B, 91% of all Bitcoin is in profit. Feels like the ETF approval is leaking and SEC insiders are buying. How long will the SEC contain it? Not very long at all. Not long at all. Here we go, hey. This is pretty interesting. You've probably already seen this video here. This GBDC, listen to what they have to say.
Do you know anybody that would like to have a Bitcoin ETF?
Well,
I think a lot of people want to have a Bitcoin ETF, and that's why if you're here right now, you're early. Well done. Pat on the back.
as you know,
The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. There was an article on CNBC Pro today that people that were cited said they were very optimistic that a Bitcoin ETF would be approved in early 2024. Whatever you know, I know you can't say it or confirm anything. I get that. It's all very legalese. But are you optimistic we will get one?
I am optimistic that we will get one. As you know, we want.
But you've been optimistic for a few years.
Well, because we've been working on it for years, and that's our number one priority, right? We won our court case against the SEC this summer. We've continued to have really positive, really constructive engagement with the SEC, and it remains a matter of when, not a matter of if. And we have a
You're
lot.
that confident. The when, not the if.
I am that confident. We have investors in all 50 states. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is the largest Bitcoin investment vehicle in the world. It's been around for 10 years. Investors have been very patiently waiting for this day to come.
And do you know any?
One of the largest holders in Bitcoin, they will get switched over to a spot Bitcoin ETF. Do we actually want that? I can see Nick Haslam there in the comments. Imagine actually wanting the ETF. No, no, but it's coming regardless. It is going to bring in Wall Street money there. Hold on tight, put your Bitcoin self-storage, hold it on steel, seed, or whatever it is that you do. Don't store your generational wealth on paper. Regardless, the ETF's coming. It is a deal with the devil. We dove into that in my most controversial podcast the other day. I'm still bloody getting grief, ladies and gentlemen out there. And one thing I just want to say in regards to that video, I had someone that talks about shitcoins on it who we focused 100% on Bitcoin. It was a bloody great conversation, actually. It's well worth the listen. But imagine if I had Elon Musk on. I'm not comparing the two different people. Each individual's their own person. But if I had Elon Musk on, Elon Musk is the biggest shitcoiner in the world, talking about Dogecoin all the time, send bloody fucking the Doge rocket into space, which is absolutely crazy. Nobody would give any backlash. So, I don't know, haters gonna hate. It is what it is. It's a really good, high quality, Bitcoin only podcast. Love it or hate it, it's well worth your time. Let's clear up some Bitcoin terminology. Samson Mao, a guide candle has been established to be 10K up on the daily, aka big green candle. 100K green candle, not as yet named. I promote the Omega candle. In regards to the God candle, somebody in the comment section said, I don't like the association with God. It's got different meanings for different strokes for different folks. For me, God, G-O-D, the great outdoors. That's my serenity, my happy place. That's where I find myself. Get the sun in your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. That is some advice when it's really, 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 really low on the horizon, just as it rises. Obviously, don't burn out your retinas. But call it a Satoshi candle. Wouldn't that be nice as a throwback? A green candle, not as yet named. I propose the Omega candle. It's not as catchy, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. What would you call it? A 100K green candle and $1 million green candle, also not yet named ideas. Just putting out a $1 million green candle. We'll have to dive into that. The price predictions are getting a little bit crazy, and I've got a couple of thoughts in regards to that. People talking about $1 million. Hey, we've got 69 people live in the chat. What a beautiful day. What a great number. Hey, shout out to Scarcity. He's created the Bitcoin Times. 2 years ago, he wrote the first remnant essay. I have reposted this. He has just launched Uber Money, Nietzsche's missing ingredient. So this needs to be reposted. I bookmarked it for myself. I will go through and read that today. I will get Svetsky back on probably the world's most toxic Bitcoiner, very insightful, very intelligent. You can see the past podcasts that we did together. It is not for the faint of heart. Anyway, you should listen to it. It's very toxic. It's bloody great. The Kabasi letter. Odds of rate cuts beginning as soon as January 2024 are rising quickly. There is now a 15% chance of rate cuts beginning next month. The base case shows a 56% chance of rate cuts beginning in March 2024. Markets are actually expecting a total of 525 basis point rate cuts. We've been hiking for so long. It's stuck in my mind. Rate cuts in 2024. Still, the Fed has yet to discuss the possibility of any rate cuts at all. Markets are fully bought into the Fed pivot. It is interesting, this line here. Still, the Fed has yet to discuss the possibility of any rate cuts at all. The Fed lately has been very clear. Obviously, they said we'll keep him lower for longer, and then the fastest rate hike in human history happened. So we can't always trust the Fed. But over the last year, they have been pretty consistent. They are going to be higher for longer. They need to fight inflation. They choose whatever numbers they look at. So take that with a grain of salt. But they're going to have to do something with the US presidential election coming up. It's going to be hectic. It truly is going to be hectic. $1 million, is that in play? Well, probably not this cycle, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be honest. And that's a little bit bearish. It is what it is. This is my thoughts. We'll dive into why in a second. But Checkmate from Glassnode Analysts should be on next week. We'll be doing a podcast. So if you've got anything about Glassnode on-chain data you'd like to know, I've got a couple of questions. Have we seen, or can we see if anyone in Argentina has been buying more Bitcoin since Javier got elected? Things like that. If you've got any questions in regards to Bitcoin data from Checkmate Glassnode expert, drop him in the questions as Sean Clark 911 on X there. But Bitcoin's trading around 44K level, which was the absolute zenith of on-chain mania in Jan 2021. Old hands with spend coins at huge profit multiples, lighten up the value days destroyed multiple by TXMC trades like an Xmas tree. Here we are at 44K and barely a squeak, not even at 2019 levels. Hodlers are not relinquishing their coins. They demand higher prices. 30% of Bitcoin has not moved for 5 years, over 70% in the last 1 year. They're both at all-time highs there. Hold on and stack sats, chill, it's easy. So starting to dive into the price targets here. Bitcoin price was lagging behind the rise in hash rate, while competitor CZM Binance was being targeted and then taken down at the behest of large Wall Street players. The price rise now is catching up to the implied hash adjusted price of 375K. Is 375K in play? Kaiser's talking 2002 220,000K in play, 100K God candles are happening. I like to rub it in with all the bears. Why? Well, because they're bears. Stack hard, and now that we're at 44K, this is still the beginning. Drops are gifts. Ignore its price and all declines at least until late 2025. And in regards to that, it is going to be a little bit volatile over the Christmas season, especially if we don't get a rate hike. It looks like they're going to pause as well. There will be a bit of a Santa Claus rally leading up to the spot Bitcoin ETF decision date between Jan 5th to 10th. Are we going to get it? It's looking 90% certain. It's looking 99% certain, but there is that small chance that they just say no and then they need to start the process again. It depends, but judging by on-chain, things are heating up pretty quickly. $1 million, is it still possible? Well, Max Kaiser thinks 100K God candle is in play. 100K uptick in Bitcoin price. This will literally shock the world, and the Bitcoin singularity will be upon us. Is he given a date there? No. Are we going to get 100K in one day? Well, the demand shock times the supply shock equals the price shock. There is very little Bitcoin on exchanges. Some of the last in all-time, or in the last few cycles at least, maybe not an all-time history. It's pretty exciting, but $1 million, not the cycle, ladies and gentlemen, not in my prediction. Not, I don't have the conviction for $1 million this cycle, that's for sure. Why? I think we need to see fiat lose a little bit more value. Say they really ramped up the money printer. Yes, it's possible. Say Qatar, they actually put in 500 billion and they don't have 500 billion. I think they have like $465 billion that they can use to be able to go into something, but they're not putting in $500 billion. If that happened, yes, we'd be at $1 million very, very quickly. It'd just go absolutely crazy. The fight to own Bitcoin would be on very quick. But I think it's just a little bit of Bitcoin bubblegum out there. The price predictions, multiple six figures, that's more probable, yeah? It's pretty wild that the gold and Bitcoin stock to flow with safety and the Bitcoin stands now being discussed on MSN. We'll just play a little bit of this here.
So, question about the halving. I've heard it called the halvening or the halving, but either one. We're getting to that in April, I think, right? And that's been a bullish thing before. I sort of wonder, is it the same thing, though? Is that already getting priced in, or is there something technical that actually happens that would make it be priced in closer to the event?
So, so what we've seen historically is that the 12 to 16 months after a halvening is the best performance of Bitcoin. So that's what everybody's thinking about. This time, this time might be different because the price.
Aren't they scary words? This time may be different, saying that on CNBC there, and then now he jumps into the stock to flow argument.
Bitcoin's higher. We now only have, I think it's 900 Bitcoin a day that come out, so that gets cut in half. It's not a lot of Bitcoin, but what it does do is it makes Bitcoin more scarce than gold. So for the first time in history, you have an asset that is more scarce than gold.
In what?
How exciting is that? So if you are here now, you're early, well done, holding the world's hardest asset already, and it's going to become more scarce than gold. 23rd of April at this stage. Pretty exciting. But mainstream news talking about the Bitcoin standard stock to flow ratio there. All models are correct until they're no longer correct. We've obviously got some sound playing in the background. I don't know why the TV doesn't automatically mute. Looking here, $1.68 trillion market cap. It is holding strong, just dropped below 44,000 again. It's all good. What I've done is zoomed out 2 weeks. We're 37,132. This is what happens in 2 weeks. Are we going to get pullbacks? Are we going to get corrections? You need to be prepared. Red days are for buying. Green days are for chilling. But if you haven't got to where you need to be, it is TikTok next block, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously not financial advice, but if you start understanding it, read the books. Otherwise, eat the bugs. It's Bitcoin is that last chance at freedom there. And look at that. We don't have it full screen. I just changed over the source. $44,049.96. It's like in that $44,000 level. Imagine if it does hold above that for a full day. Where are we to next? Bitcoin price surged plus 170 million bearish shorts as Bitcoin price targets 48K instead 44 to 48K. Short traders betting against higher Bitcoin price lost some $90 million just on Tuesday alone, adding on to the 70 million in short liquidations on Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, the trend is your friend. I would not suggest trying to trade Bitcoin. Just stack and have a 5, 10-year, 20-year time horizon. That's the revolution here. Bitcoin Core V26.0 upgrade aims to impede eavesdropping and tampering. Pretty cool. A little bit more high level than what I understand, but the V26 upgrade contains experimental support for the V2 transport protocol as defined by Bitcoin BIP324, which seeks to encrypt communication between nodes, reducing the risks of attacks via tampering with transaction. This proposal for a new peer-to-peer protocol version aims to improve upon this by raising the cost for performing these attacks substantially, primarily through the use of unauthenticated opportunistic, tongue-tied, transport encryption. According to the proposal, a key benefit is that encryption, even when it's unauthenticated and only used when both endpoints support V2, impedes eavesdropping by forcing the attacker to become active. Pretty exciting. Give me 2 minutes. I'll jump into the comments here. Couple more things. So we brought it up earlier. Be careful. Everything's going to be tracked with it, which is fine. But don't participate in the fucking shitcoin casino. It really is a mind virus. I was talking to a really good mate yesterday. He said, yeah, I got some crypto. And I said, how much Bitcoin? Not much. And he's in these other things. Best of luck to you, buddy. But it's Bitcoin only, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you have read the books and you understand the revolution. The thought basis there was there's not as many X's in Bitcoin. Best of luck. Best of luck if you want to gamble. There is a price of tuition. Understand it, play it. It is a game that people make money in. It's fine. I did well in crypto in the early years. I just would not infect that brain space ever again. Anyway, Coinbase adds message-based crypto payments to its decentralized wallet. The new feature comes at a time of growing positive sentiment in the crypto market after over a year of pain for the industry participants. Coinbase is a shitcoin company. Then chart. Sorry, it didn't say that there. I thought I just saw it. Then enhancement deflects user focus from cryptocurrencies mainly as investment vehicles to the use as a method of payment and a move. So they want you to spend your Bitcoin. Do not do that. Put in cold storage, stack, chill. That's all you need to do. Rinse and repeat. In a move that may expand crypto adoption across a wider population, especially those looking to transfer funds internationally without incurring delays, bank fees, and other associated costs. Coinbase isn't alone. And saying that, everyone will need to have a Coinbase account for sure. That's the downside of it. Don't go on Coinbase. They're a shit coin. In Australia, I use Ambra, Bitcoin-only exchange. They work in the US as well. There's places like Swan. There's a lot of Bitcoin-only exchanges. They're least likely to go bust and to be able to steal your Bitcoin off you and you're not tempted to participate in that shit. Cathie Wood is selling a whole lot of shares here. 33 million in Coinbase shares and $5.9 million of the mute button. I almost need to rip the speakers out of that TV in the background. So 5.9 million in Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. It's not unusual for Cathie Wood ARK Invest to sell off. The investment manager frequently accumulates crypto-related shares at a comparatively low price and then offloads them when they show bullish momentum. Bitcoin gained over 5% in the last 24 hours to top 44 for the first time since April 22. Obviously a day old here. In regards to Cathie Wood, she participates in shitcoins, and I'd have Cathie Wood on the show any day of the week. What an intelligent woman. I'd focus Bitcoin only. In regards to that, they're obviously getting ready. They have put in a spot Bitcoin ETF as well. They're not going to hold their competitors' products. So jumping over to the comments, smash the like, give us a subscribe if we vibe. That's the news with the fast facts. A little bit of fun, a little bit of banter. Pride, let's go. MW, hey Clarky, g'day mate. My uncle is Clarky. It never really stuck with me, unfortunately, but I do love it. Skins, good morning. Into the forest, g'day mate, need coffee. Me, I'm onto the tea, French Earl Grey every day. G'day from Cairns. Keep stacking, man. It must be hot and humid up there. Please try to close it. What a nutcase. It was that in regards to Dimon. G'day, Nick. It is good to see you, brother. Funny how the ex-head of the CIA, Invest Bitcoin, said it's a giant forensic tool for tracking illicit activities, yet they want it banned. Lol. Don't do illegal shit on Bitcoin. Like, that's absolutely insanity. Everything is linked. It's on the blockchain. It's there forever. It is immutable. And that's the good thing about it. Verifiable ownership of the world's digitally scarce asset, the world's most scarce asset to ever exist. Take that into account. Jason Jones, g'day from Doha. I've never heard of Doha. I'll need to look into that. I will write that down right now. Whereabouts in the world is Doha? Jason, and g'day, brother. R3A, hello. Fuck off. One more time, R3A, and you're gone forever. Sorry, bro. You just keep bringing up. Anyway, Nick, we covered that one earlier. Decentralized dad. Yep, amen. Decentralized dad. It's called the shitcoin journey. Unfortunately, you know, I went on it. Other people go on it. It's not worth doing. Into the forest. Subscribe and hit the like. Appreciate, brother. G'day from Ireland. G'day, mate. Morton, when we reach true price discovery, and that will be very soon, I'll laugh with one eye and cry with the other because I'm getting priced out to buy more. We all are very quickly, very rapidly. 69 viewers. I saw that. Absolutely fantastic. Sunrise surf this morning. Now Sean Boy and coffee. Nick, you are up early. Well done. A surf this morning. Nick's a bloody champion. Obviously, Nick, a message, Bitcoin only, brother. I'll give you a chat later. Hey, Danny, that's a nice one. Danny, you. Good, orderly, direction equals up. God. Into the forest. Thumbs up. Salamu Elikam, my beloved Bitcoiners, brother. I apologize if I butchered that greeting. Good morning and be blessed, my beloved Bitcoiners. Sean, thanks for your great valuable information, encouragement. Thank you very much. All I want people to do is realize this is that once in a lifetime opportunity. CBDCs and stuff, we've got all the receipts on the channel. The world has changed in a drastic rate. You want to be able to have some freedom. For me, Bitcoin is that freedom. You need to do you. You need to study Bitcoin, read the books. I'm going to bring it up again. Bitcoin evangelism, if you haven't read it yet, if you don't get it yet, why Bitcoin is the revolution, why it gives freedom to everyone around the world. Encourage you to do that. I've got a pretty in-depth, short little Bitcoin documentary coming out on Friday for you guys. I encourage you to watch that, share that. So another good reason to hit subscribe when that drops. Hopefully that's my opus magnus up until now. I've put everything in there to be able to get everyone to understand the distortion, the corruption that's gone on to lead us here and how we can have true salvation. Anyway, a little bit of a rant. Bitcoin, wow, stack sats and stay humble. Bitcoin is going to pump now if we all put our minds to it. Bitcoin's going to pump regardless of what we do, but I love the sentiment, Mawson. And yes, it's going to go up, down, and sideways. It's all good. Just stack and chill. If you're buying the red days now, when we have the bigger red days after the halving, when it's really hectic, your mindset's right. It's chilled. It's good. Remind me how many sats per coin. Oh, it's going down, bro. Isn't it sad? Earlier on last week, is it like 2,700? Now it's at 2,270. Starts to make you sick, eh? $100 million is Austin's price prediction by the looks of it over a great enough period of time, you know. We may not see that in our lifetimes. Maybe we do, you know. I had Peter Dunworth talking about $7 billion Bitcoin video dropping next week, and Tony's pretty convinced of a, you know, multi-billion dollar Bitcoin. People, Samson Mao, $1 million Bitcoin, whatever the price will be. It depends what happens. We don't know what we don't know. 5, 10, 15 years out, if the US adopts it as part of their treasury and them being the global world reserve asset, things could get very interesting. I'd rather be in the game than out of it, that's for sure, and especially at these prices now. Well done into the forest, Austin. Hit the like. It's all BS. Bitcoin salvation. 2269 sats per dollar incoming. Yeah, well, we're so close. the next couple of seconds we could see that in the 69 yin and yang. I love Bitcoin stacking. I love BS. Bitcoin stacking, FTX market manipulation, and last bull run would have suppressed last cycle's all-time high, 100%, as well as Binance selling Bitcoin. You just wonder what could have been 100K last cycle may have been a thing. Absolutely, potentially. But we also need to remember, everyone was talking about the 100K. Now people are talking about 220K in play, $1 million in play, $1 million gold candles, $100,000 gold candles, whatever it is. Say everyone just comes out consistently with $250,000 to $500,000. We're at $44,049 right now. That's why I don't give out my own price predictions. I read them out there to see the sentiment, the narrative that's going on, that's been spilled out on Twitter. But my point is, everyone was talking about 100K. We went from $3,300 to $69,000, and people are crying we didn't go to 100K. Fuck, like, that's the revolution. Who cares short term? And then it came down, and it's given everyone an opportunity from 15,400. I think it dipped to, but mainly around the 17,000. And you complain that, I know you're not complaining, but people complained that it didn't go to 100K. The lower for longer, the better. Have a short time horizon and look out long term, because it's amazing. Another deception by the system, gold is not scarce. No. They just mine more and more and more and more. And the higher gold price goes, the deeper they drill. Presume more Bitcoin would move to the exchange and sell if we got anywhere near $1 million. Agree it happens one day when Bitcoin market cap gets a greater share of all investments. Yes, one day. I absolutely agree. Scarcity, only one form of perceived value. Anyone can make a token with any supply they want. Making a token with a supply of 100 doesn't give an inherent value. Nick, absolutely. It does not. Also having the world's largest computer system, decentralized computer system around it, does all the energy, the resources, the proof of work that goes into it. A scarce token, proof of stake, absolutely worthless. Bitcoin Australia, Freedom Candle, get your generational wealth. Don't get it through BlackRock. That is not good. And any idea. Nick's troll to me. It's like you're a good, really good mate. A really, really good mate. I love you dearly, Nick. Stay away from BlackRock, ladies and gentlemen. Qatar, excuse me, sir. No bits on my trolls. G'day, Stack and Chill. G'day, you're awesome, bro. Appreciate it. Happy to be here, Cyber Dude. Happy birthday from sunny Florida. Is it your birthday, bro? Happy birthday. It's happy birthday if it is your birthday. G'day, all stacking day. Stack on the steady. 100% self-managed as in Bitcoin. I'm all in. Yeah, I am too. It's a self-managed super fund, more paperwork than getting a mortgage on your house. It's pretty crazy, but well worth it if you're in Australia. You can do it in the States and England as well. There are other ways. There will be places around the world where you can use your retirement account to be able to go into what assets you choose and manage your own money that you are working hard for, instead of letting them take it away, which we've got the receipts in the channel. It's exactly what they want to do here in Australia, everywhere around the world. The reality is Bitcoin is so unique and no one knows what it can or will do, absolutely. Have you got your sats on the daily volume? I heard in another pod that the last 24 hours could be as high that the last 700 to 900K, that is almost half of all the supply and exchanges. No, I need to have a look. Martin, I'll dive into that and we'll take a look tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out to get the sunshine directly in my eyes. It's summer here, so it rises so quick and it gets very hot. And obviously I don't want to look at the sun when it's up there. That would not be good for my eyes, but you need to get it in as early as possible in the morning. We'll see you tomorrow. If you haven't already, let's get up to 69% of you subscribe and smash the subscribe button. Be blessed. Peace.